shove my wine in your face because it's 5:30 here. Because it's my show. I'll drink if I want to, and I'll be late if I want to, right? Hey, look, I made a banner.
Like it.
Right? I'm getting there. I got this one too. Blam. Maybe someday. Okay. Now I have to hit this go live button on the Instagrams. And then I have to forward whatever I'm doing here to the PPP.
Wow.
I know. It's complicated. Use StreamYard, they say. It'll make it easier. And in some ways it does. And then in some ways it don't. This is where I just
this every week.
I do. I've been better this year. It definitely was like, I feel like I accidentally took like 2 months off last year because it just like everything just got like crazy. So I was just actually talking to a mutual friend, Cherie, right? And she was like, it's a lot and you've been doing it. Good job. So I was like, oh, okay, thanks. At least we had to celebrate the fact that like, I feel like I'm streaming more consistently this year. Because now I guess this is like 2 years old now for realsy. So welcome.
2 years.
I'm coming out of my terrible twos. Let's see what 3 years looks like. Dun dun dun. But right, there's always room for improvement when you get to stare at me clicking buttons. This is like it takes for people to show up and scroll on anyway. So this is just like what was it? It used to be like the breaks in between, like because I grew up with Oprah. And everybody like talks at the break. This is the break in the beginning. Oh. Look at that.
Watching us right now.
We got a person doing the damn thing. Hey, Murphy. Thanks, love. I haven't spoken to you in a minute. We should catch up. That made my heart a flutter. Thank you,
She's
Casey.
Ariana's biggest supporter.
I love it. I mean, unfortunately, I have to say it. I love, people supporting other people, but especially I love women supporting other women, like straightening the crowns instead of what unfortunately sometimes gets drilled into our brain of maybe like you suffered or I suffer so you suffer. It's like, hey, no. Yeah. Casey, I accidentally took the last 16 months off, so I feel you. And you weren't even off. I bet you you don't have to tell me what happened, Casey, but I bet you weren't even like, it wasn't like I was off on vacation finding myself, or whatever.
She got married.
Well, that's kind of huge. Okay, well, so maybe you did have some vacations, but also, I don't know, a million other things going on. All right, your own media company and all these crazy things. We have to catch up. Oh, you should come on the show. Side note. We'll talk about that later. Okay. No, she got an existential crisis. Just one, Casey. I'm impressed. Okay, this is the part where we'll get serious. Hey, friends, if you're here, welcome back. This is Tuesdays with Tori, a show, maybe not even a show, more like a web stream of me just chatting into the ether that they call the interwebs here. And somehow the ether keeps talking back. So it's not my fault. The show is now its own sentient being. And yes, I have been doing this weekly. I mean, I think there was a couple of times this year I got sick or whatever, but doing it weekly until people stop wanting to share. I stop making people share. But also it's helped my mental health. It keeps me accountable and lets me check in, and I can call this like a game to celebrate with people, right? How many times do people get to jump in and be like, hey, I'm just gonna ask the questions? There's a lot of people who just assume they know everything. I know I don't know everything. So now you all can type in the little bar and ask questions. Like this. Oh, hey, here's my mom. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
I told her she has to watch for at least like 2 minutes because that's supposedly what helps the stats. So thanks, Mom. So I'm Tori. If you're all new here, I'm technically the sales director at Paradise, but then I self-appointed myself as the condom charmer because I did nearly a decade in liquids. Oh my goodness, boss calling me. He's obviously not watching the stream. Let's text him. Hold, please. LOL, on my stream. This happened one time, and like I put him on speakerphone. It's hilarious. Again, it's my show. We do what happens. Okay. So after what, a decade, if not more, of liquids, I came into the condoms, and then I just had to rant about how things that should be so married work so differently, and how integrating any product into a different source of business and how you're supposed to be managing all of that on top of whatever else we're doing became interesting to me. And so now I'm here to stay. So thanks for coming. That being said, I will give you a condom joke of the day, but I guess it's more like the week to amuse you all. So thank you for coming. It's hard not to amuse. You shall be amused now. Are you ready? Bad joke. It's coming. Why did the condom get a promotion? Because it always rose to the occasion. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. Hey, I'm a one-woman show at the moment. Okay. Now that stuff's out of the way, today is a big one, because if you haven't noticed, I've got not just like a dynamic duo, like a huge dynamic duo over here. I've got the, XBIZ people. I think if anybody, I mean, maybe not everybody, but I know for the most part, if anybody says like, oh, with XBIZ, it's like, yes, it's one of you two is who we need to talk to, at least on my end of the desk. I'm not cool enough to talk to other people. So I've got Ariana and Sara here today. They do everything, and I'm going to let them jump into that a little bit. But in case you don't know, Ariana's kind of the but is for sure you're the chief editor, right, of XBIZ, and you do all the other things and write and keep everybody in line. And you guys have a monthly publication, and then another different publication that's quarterly, and then you have these shows that we're going to talk about. And then you have your own social media situations and conversations. It's a lot. So you two get it all done. And Justin says hello. What's up? So I did get to bring them here today, not only because I want to celebrate and make sure everybody here knows that they do a lot for the industry. And like, there is no industry if the people here aren't still doing what we expect them to do, right? So thank you for that. But it's so cute because Sarah's a little bit nervous. So we're going to make her feel unnervous, because look at how cute her background is and everything. And we got great support. But I'm not going to drill you first. I'm going to dig into editor in chief here. Right. And we're going to talk not only why does any of this matter to a retailer, right? We'll talk about that at some point because that's important. But we'll kind of talk a little bit more after you guys get to do your intro and stuff, we'll talk a little bit more about how your work shapes a lot of the stuff that happens in order to have said events, right? Okay, ramble done. Without further ado, I'm going to give you guys both kind of like the stage for a second, give everyone a quick intro to, I guess, your official roles at XBIZ, and just a sprinkle of the main event we're going to talk about, which is like this hybrid event you guys are going to, we're going to speak about here soon. But, what are you most excited about to kind of dive into and oversee with the events coming up?
Okay,
All right, you first. Okay, I was going to say, who wants to go first? Legends! Oh, look at that. Thank you, Scott. See, it's all just friends here.
Yeah, that's true. Hello, friends.
It's just friends. It's like we're all having like a little dinner, happy hour over here. Although I feel bad. Usually I put like my eyelashes on and some lipstick for you guys. It didn't happen today. Everybody's working hard. So this is like super legit. Don't be nervous. Put your PJs on and drink the wine. Scott's here. He's ready to hear.
Okay, great. I'm Ariana from XBIZ, managing editor, XBIZ Premier, our magazine that covers the pleasure industry, adult retail. I manage all the content. I write our monthly special reports that are
like she still has to write
different
that,
trends.
Like actually write it.
Yeah.
Just actually write that,
yeah,
people. It's just saying that's a lot. I try to write like an e-blast, and I'm like, oh my God, why did that take all day?
Yeah, I mean, it's helpful because I get a lot of great outlook, like commentary from people. So it's just about putting it together and making an article about it all. So yeah,
Well, I
thank
think
you
it's important
to
that you,
everybody
yeah,
that
you still show up for us to make sure that we kind of, have a community to go to. So thank you for that. If you don't do it, then
yeah.
who's
Oh,
going to do it?
like my favorite. Yeah, it's like writing about hearing everyone's thoughts and spotlighting everyone is yeah. You guys are all special, and
Oh, you heard it
yeah.
first. We're special. We know, but we're special.
And at the shows, I mostly assist Sarah with corralling people to and fro, our venues, or coming up with ideas for our sessions, whether it be panels or networking. And yeah, we work
General
really
partner
well
in
together. I
crime.
love our exactly. Yeah.
No, that's awesome.
So,
I think both of you can also take titles of integrators, right? Because even though your title says editor, but like how much of this do you also end up doing? Because you're like our other person in our head to, if Sarah's not supporting you, you're supporting her. So I like to see that integration's going both ways. So congrats to you guys. None of this shit's easy, right? We might make it look easy because it's our talent, but it still takes, I don't know, this is me on a ramble. It's like, that whole you can't pour from an empty cup is me actually like realizing, dang it, not only can I not do it, but my cup got smaller. God damn it. Sarah, what about you? What give everybody kind of the quick speeds and feeds of your many roles, and what do you have to oversee with this new hybrid show? What's your main deal?
Sure. So first, thank you for having us. Yeah, so I am the associate publisher for XBIZ Premier and also Sexual Health Magazine. And then I also work across all of our events as it relates to operations and logistics and sales. For the Hybrid Expo specifically, I oversee the structure and flow of the entire format, both in person and virtual. So everyone in our space gets to complete a seamless experience, no matter how they attend. So that's kind of like my role.
That's so exciting, right? And just to kind of drop it in the notes for everybody. If you are taking notes, okay, why have XBIZ? Why have the trade mag on here? I'm so and so on the trade show floor. Like, help me out here. Hey, this is not just a format change, right? This is in my opinion an upgrade for everybody. It helps with your overall retail ecosystem, right? You're going to get some more education that you might have had to miss because people got a staff. Not everybody enjoys traveling, right? Because maybe you have small kids at home and all this other stuff. So like virtual access to me, I know it can't replace everything, but it means that teams can learn without having to leave the store or their area, which I think is huge. And then a lot of the smaller stores get to have a bit more of an equal playing field. Hey, I did liquids, as mentioned, for almost a decade. That budget looked a lot different than what the travel budget does in rubbers. It just is what it is. So I think it's a stay open-minded, people. Not that people are being not open-minded, but I know sometimes change gets scary. We're changing the XBIZ layout. Oh my goodness, I'm scared. Don't be scared. We're going to talk about it, right? So long story short, this hybrid model is going to help the retail workers. Like everybody, we all need to work smarter, not harder. I'm over it. Overworking too hard because it's just been compounding on top of compounding on top of compounding. Welcome to the perimenopause show as well. Casey, oh my goodness. Is this show going to be on the same platform as the COVID version of XBIZ? Good question. For people who attended that show via the internet, how will the new hybrid show be the same or different?
It's going to be very different. Basically, anybody can join. Let's say there's a buyer that is part of a meeting program and they want the sales clerks or the managers or anyone else on their team to be a part of it. They will be given the same information so that they can log in to meet with the same person. It's not going to be like a map like we did in the past where you can kind of like jump around. It's just going to be just like this without any complications. And then the idea is to have sessions so that we can kind of like live stream maybe P3. We'll decide how we're going to do it so that anybody that's not at the show will also be able to enjoy the educational component as well.
Hey, you're welcome to use my StreamYard here if you need to put it somewhere. Like,
Okay.
I'm already paying for it, right? I get how like having that live access is so important to some people, right?
Mm-hmm. Really cool.
Anyways, partnerships. That was me sparkling, right? Like pretend I have confetti. That was got it. Thank you, Casey says. I hadn't checked out the show details yet. Sorry, no need to. That's why we have this little diddly. That sounds awesome, Casey. I hope we can see you there and talk more about it. Let's shift gears momentarily because I want to talk about being an editor, because in my head everything is like a romantic book and editing sounds so fun. You get to read all day, right? And I'm sure that's not what it is. But you know, in case you didn't know, your work does shape so much of the industry's understanding and what's happening, because we don't have a lot of filters for it, right? There's we are a relatively smaller business on the scale of like whatever since the Industrial Revolution, right? So you have to know that in case you didn't. That being said, you have the power and the information. So tell us what themes or shifts are you starting to see in this pleasure market that retailers need to look out for?
Sure. Let me see
Show me your
here.
crystal ball.
So, okay, well, Bluetooth enabled toys, that's already been kind of the norm. Apps and controlling toys remotely, integrating with digital experiences, like syncing with videos and VR.
Like bringing more of that tech.
What I see for sure. And now I'm seeing more of like these AI companions, which is like, I feel like the next level.
Question mark. How do we feel about this? My relationships are complicated enough already. Like,
yeah, you like have a relation, you can like talk to it and it'll get to know you. And then, you know, you could masturbate with it later.
You know, I guess it's yeah, like maybe, right, everyone's always like, oh, at least buy me dinner first. At least this AI companion will tell you you're pretty first. There you go.
Totally.
That is interesting. Yeah, just the world of not just pleasure products, but like porn in general with just AI stuff coming. I guess it's just like anything else, right? I'm sure everyone's like, oh God, the internet. There's too much information. And I feel like maybe we're having, I say we, the royal we, the general population, based on no actual data, just me rambling into this microphone. I feel like we get, again, change, right? It is, we have to remember we're going to adapt or die. So change happens, even though we don't like it, but you know, I don't know. Humans are still behind all of this mind sharing and creativity. So at some point, you know, I think it does change the way that things are going to go, but also like, if you don't know how to use it, you're going to get left behind. I digress. Mm-hmm. Everybody be open-minded to your AI companions.
I think you should be. And then on the retail side, AI is also like, could reshape how stores operate behind the scenes. Like Zandre Watson, it's a genius, been writing a series of op-eds. Yes. And he has so many, like he lists like all the different tools that are available and explains how. And yeah, it seems like you could spend a lot less time, like you said, work smarter. And what did you say? Works harder.
Work smarter, not harder. I know. And then, but then star, right? The caveat is like, how do you do it without then just taking on more, right? I feel like, yay, everything's mobile. I can take phone calls at any time. I can talk to international people. You know, now my AI assistant's going to help me with my stuff and everything else. And then the expectation is just like, cool, you're working smarter in theory so that you could have better work-life balance. And then somehow things start to fill that balance. I'm working on it. Sarah too. She's like, figure these things out. It's almost like, guys, don't tell anybody, but but we'll talk about the hacks that we've made with AI, but don't tell your bosses because we want you to have that hour back.
He already knows.
Yeah, like don't talk about it.
I call Scott my
about
husband, right?
Yeah,
Scott is my
yeah.
new husband.
Well, why not? Hi, Blanca. Blanca's here. She says hello. Thank you. Thank you for coming, my friend. Okay, so in your experience, this is still the Ariana questions. What categories or consumer behaviors are emerging to be the best ones besides? Okay, so we talked about AI, but is there like a product or something that you're really thinking is gonna, like for me, whatever market research I was doing recently, something said that the anal category has tripled in 6 years. So I'm like, okay, that might not be the biggest chunk of whatever business in the last 10 years, but the fact that it's starting to grow so quickly might say something, right? Or is it over? I don't know. But is there a product, a line, a category that you're looking at closely as the editor of all of the information?
Well, yeah, kind of going along the same line. It seems to be mostly within like mass traders, like they're the AI companions and the VR. They're mostly targeting men. Like the content is usually with like a woman, and it's super realistic. But like Kiru, I don't know if you saw their display that they had at Enemy where you could put on the VR
I
goggles,
saw it.
and it was like
I didn't get to do the things because I had meetings. But I've seen some stuff, but I've not been able to use it.
yeah. And so
This is why I read my magazines.
yeah, I think that and like besides that, like the realistic toys that like stroke and they heat up and they twerk, or the sex dolls that like seem to be blowing up. We get so many press releases about sex dolls like every day, so that's got to be a growing category. And then of course like the fantasy toys that doesn't seem to be dying down.
Yeah, everybody was like,
The
"Oh,
beast.
it's cute. It's going to be just a couple of phases," and I'm like, "I don't know. They still take up decent shelf space, and it seems to be fun. Like people like talking about it because it's different."
Mhm.
Um, yeah, and it's just like going beyond toys where it's like the underwear that Creature Cox released recently, and like the little keychains. So yeah, it's like pretty widespread still. Or like the really cute things like from like a kitten, and the unicorns, the little adorable mushrooms, all of those.
Yeah,
Seems to
we've
be
gone
trend.
from what was it? Very very health and wellness, and now we're kind of going into this. I don't know if we want to call it artsy, but cutesy kind of
Mhm.
situation.
Yeah.
But then we're also lazy. How can tech make our lives better? That's always the question. We're so burnt out. We can't even talk about our. I need my emails done, and you need to also handle my fantasy and everything else that comes with it. Okay, thanks. Oh, look at Blanca says, "Yay, I like a kitten." Whee! No, those are some cute ones.
Yeah.
Some really cute ones. What are you hearing from I guess just the community, but maybe the retail community specifically if you can? What do you think? What are you hearing that tells you where the market's headed? I mean, I'm just going to say it on my side of the desk. It 2020 and then kapoof, right? It's been a climb to not even get back up there, but just get back up there, right? I remember everybody used to tell me this industry is recession proof, and now nobody is saying that. So, where are we going? Are we going to come out of it? Hopefully, like I'm seeing some good innovation out there, but what's on your agenda? What do you think?
Yeah, I've seen optimism lately, like especially going into the new year. Yeah, everyone's still talking about like offering affordable products and being very like conscious about prices and playing it safe with like just basic toys. But beyond products, it's also like delivering more value with like education or engaging social media, like just making customers feel more like they know them, like they're more than just a transaction. And yeah, just standing out that way, like if you can't like compete price wise, just like standing out by being unique and really understanding your customers.
No, I like that. There's a lot you can do, right? You don't have to always be better than Amazon pricing or da da da, but you can, make sure that you curate your product for your target audience and your customers, and it's in a price that makes sense for your community. You have the right to do that as a business owner. I know it gets scary and it's hard, but I don't know. I'm starting to see like changes I didn't think I would at this point in my, because I kind of came into the industry right when DVDs were mostly losing their shelf space, right? And more toys and lube, yay, we're taking up that space. And now I'm starting to see things just can't get stocked, and DVDs are taking that space, and they're keeping it, if not expanding it. I didn't think that would come around, right? Education and consumer knowledge. I think the big word there, you're right, Blanca, it's the consumers. They still, I know we're so far down the rabbit hole. I think things that I think are common knowledge are not common knowledge, right? But I forget that to the end consumer, to the people that need to use, our products, it's not obvious.
That's for sure.
True.
What content or any upcoming, op-eds, like you mentioned, Zandra, anybody else cool that we're gonna start seeing for, even if it's not just like the next upcoming episode magazine, right? What should we look forward to in 2026?
Well, the next special report I'm working on, I think, is shaping up to be really good. It's our January outlook, and I've reached out to a lot of retailers, so they're like giving me their predictions for the new year.
Oh, that's fun.
So yeah, I haven't put it together, but yeah, that one's gonna be good, I think. Just like,
well, here,
and
Blanca
yeah,
wants to add.
optimistic.
Okay, optimism is good, and Blanca wants to add focus groups. You need to go back to focus groups. I think the problem is not that we wanted to abandon them; it's just no one can pay for them. Question mark. And then depending if you're, like, I know back in my day, right? Lube is a medical device, so are condoms. The more you know. If you wanted to do focus groups like that, you also had to pay to play with the FDA and all these other clinical things of like what you're allowed to say or not based on said focus groups and what makes the data. So it was like, oh my God, why are we going to do this? It's not like cosmetics where there's be like, oh my God, I had 12 people apply it and they loved it. Maybe a second part to the T-Swift marketing. Ooh,
yeah,
I would look forward to that.
That was a good op-ed in on XBIZ, written by Naima from Little Leaf Marketing.
How fun.
And yeah, just like she says how you could follow Taylor Swift to build like the hype around your brand, like before a release. And yeah,
that's so funny. I just asked someone. I was like, wait, but what era are you in? I was like, are we in Red or is this Reputation, bitch? Had to remind, we're in Reputation. Nathan agrees. Thank you for affirming me, friend. Focus groups are expensive, right? But then figuring out how to get a focus group that's not a focus group maybe isn't expensive, but then it is expensive if you think about your time, which I do, because then you guys do event coordination. How hard is it to, remind people to do the things they said they were going to do? And most people don't,
they don't read.
They never mean it. Yeah, they never mean it, but it's like, okay, now I got to follow up on my follow-up. What does she do? I do locks with colleagues, students, and pay in coffee gift cards. There you go. I mean, I usually pay for things in condoms, but I digress. This is fine. I got a microphone, and then you just talk to the ether. It's not that scary. Right? It's just, you know what? Maybe I can hope that all of this special content we're making now, that's like real, low rent. Maybe it's all gonna blow up someday, and this is gonna be precious. It was like, oh, look at how cute they were. You know, they didn't have a
Sure.
you could just get up, or just like you could just get on the chat, no problem. Now you gotta like whatever. Don't those like gamers, streamers and stuff? They get like 100,000 people trying to message at the same time. Okay, so not but just they were saying it was cute for the small chat, and then things are gonna explode. I don't know. Just when I think I understand the internet, I don't. If you could highlight one misconception, this is your last one. Pick on Sarah. All right, so make it good, at least for now. If you could highlight one misconception, I love asking everybody this, by the way, that retailers often have about, I don't know, trends or events, or just maybe investing in trade mags, however you want to read into this. What would you like to correct and let them know what is the actual reality?
This one was a tough one. But I would say like a misconception of like a trend, or like I always hear retailers talking about like how to find the next new customer. But I feel like that's not really where the focus should be. I feel like people that are the return customers are the ones that will probably be willing to invest more, that are more knowledgeable, are gonna like be more interested in like innovation and the trends that are going on, as opposed to like relying on the trends to draw in new people. And just
like it's okay to be the fish in the small pond, like, right? You don't have to be. I like to remind a lot of people that you don't have to be Trojan to be successful. Like even just taking 0.02% of Trojan share makes you successful, right? It's like you don't like, you know, I don't have all this figured out, but it doesn't mean that if you don't get something out, nothing else can react to it, right? I don't know. Maybe that's manifesting, something like that. You did great, Ariana. Breathe now. You did great. We're gonna pick on Sarah now, but you kicked ass. You did great, and she's still here. So if you guys have more questions, or you know, there's extra things, you know, I'm not letting her off the hook. You get to stare at her gorgeous face, but you know, feel free to ask your questions. Miss Sarah, what is this? You do the sales and the events and the directing and the supporting of the Ariana, and then everybody just ends up calling you if we don't know something. It just is what happens. I know that's the first thing I do. So I just go, oh, Sarah, help me. I'm lost. And you do that for everybody. You guys are just killing it year after year, consistent. And if enough people don't tell you, I'm going to cut this segment out so you can listen to it on repeat. Blanca also says, exactly, you don't have to be the big fish to be the fish, right? Like, just be a fish. Matthew, I haven't seen you. What's going on? Are you coming to XBIZ? I think you should. We'll talk about that later. Or you can ask them questions here, because we got the gals that run everything, that run the world right here. Okay. So Sarah, as like the integrator, I like that word, behind a lot of things that happens with XBIZ, because if we're not bugging Ariana, we're bugging you, right? And what was the goal behind, and I know you maybe didn't make this decision, but from what you know, what is the goal behind shifting to kind of a hybrid expo? And what problem does it help solve, like on your plate?
So after COVID, you know, we saw how virtual brought the industry together. So retailers, brands, manufacturers, distributors, creators, literally everyone, right, was always able to bring the access back. So we felt like by having that platform, why not bring it back in some shape or fashion? We've talked about it for a few years. So that's how we came up with this hybrid approach. So we're able to bring, you know, the best of both worlds. Anyone, anywhere can participate in the way that works best for them. It removes the travel issue, staffing, budget, of course, and family life. You know, life is life, and it helps. This format helps to respect all of it, right? So that's the idea behind it. It also opens the doors for vendors and buyers that can't travel. So it's not just on the retail side, right? So if you're a manufacturer. I actually have a few manufacturers that are local that are doing virtual, which seems kind of odd, but not really, right? Because it could be anything. It could be that maybe his wife just had a baby or whatever it is, you know?
Yeah,
So
I still want to, or I just, hey, I'm going to give the feedback directly to my team sitting right here, right afterwards, or whatever it is. Yeah.
exactly. And also it's not the cost of like, you know, a hotel room or whatever else that's involved. Even if you're local, you still probably want to be a part of everything if you can. And that costs money. So it opens the doors for everyone. And also the fact of being able to bring this hybrid approach forward is that we're also able to bring out a lot more buyers. So with our traditional retreat format, you know, we were limited because it's kind of like we try to match, you know, number of buyers versus number of vendors. But with this format, it's different. So like we're already up to 75 buyers that we're paying for them to come to the show. And, you know, a couple hundred more that are coming with the badge, right?
I feel like that's a bigger list than at least post 2020, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I think that there's something for everyone, and I think it just works. You know, I think that this approach just basically, again, anybody can participate anywhere, whether it's a vendor or a buyer, or even anybody on the retail side, which I keep trying to hammer home, and that is that look. Trade shows, mostly the people that come, unless they can afford it, is the buyers, right? But you don't really see the store managers or you see the sales clerks or anybody else that's actually in front of the customer. They're not really at shows because they really cannot afford to send them.
No, most of my coworkers are driving to those locations to do training later and get that feedback because they're so important on the floor.
Exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, look, the more people, the better it is because I believe that everybody supports the growth of this business.
I love that. We're all supporting each other. It's about damn time, right? So, because you have to deal with all the fun operations, and I know Casey kind of just maybe sprinkled on a little of anxiety from just everybody trying to get on at all times. Like I still have Zoom anxiety, right? I don't even like use Zoom so much to this day because I was like, oh my God, it was so crazy. Everything was on Zoom, right? Any kind of any sort of experiences you want to talk about that will be improved in however you're going to host this so that if I am, say, a retailer that's like logging in, maybe it's my day off because I just care. How are you going to walk me through it? What can I expect if I'm just going to log on instead of not being there? Anxiety sprinkles for all. You're right, Casey. Thank you.
Thanks, Casey. Well, I mean, it's going to be very different than how we used to do our virtual shows. So we will provide a link, and anybody that shares that link from any company can kind of log on, whether it's with these one-on-one meetings or if it is for the sessions. We're not there yet, but I'm sure that maybe we use a platform like you have or something else where we can stream live, because that is the goal, to be able to stream the sessions live. And, you know, obviously Blanca and Jade always do great with like, you know, capturing the award show. So that will be live as well. So I think
that's how, not last year, but the year before, because I couldn't travel for whatever reason. I think I got COVID for like the 6th time or whatever. Neither here nor there. But I was like on the feed, like texting Blanca, can you move this way? What's happening? Who's wearing this? It was like my own little Grammys. It amused me. I loved it.
Exactly.
So now you're bringing 2 audiences together. You've casted a wider net, which is always great because now you get new people, but now you also have new responsibilities. You're bringing 2 audiences together, which I think is amazing. But you know, has there been any challenges? You know, what's kind of keeping you? What's the light at the end of the tunnel for you to keep this format going? Because it sounds like it was a challenge to get it through, and now you got to manage all the people managing the people. Why are you doing this, lady? Why you keep letting us work you into oblivion?
Honestly, I don't think this is anything different than what we do at our retreats, right? I still am in charge of, like, getting the vendor feedback of who they want to meet with and going back to the buyer to see if it's a right fit, and then being that middle person to like make sure that it is a fit before I, put that meeting on the schedule. So I don't see it any different, except that the people that are attending that are not part of this meeting program, obviously they're on their own. So they're going to walk the trade show as they do with any other trade show. But the retreat is something that I've been doing for the last 15 years. And I don't think that it's going to be really any different, except providing a link to those that are virtual or streaming live, as we talked about for the sessions. But otherwise, I really don't see that it's going to be a challenge. At least I'm hoping.
Whatever. You know what? I guess that's how you have to go into it sometimes.
Yeah.
You just got to go blind, right? Like it's going to work out the way that it's going to work out. Is this what not having anxiety feels like? You're just like, I'm gonna just handle it because I got this. Maybe that's just confidence in general.
I'm always like, it will all come together.
Right. Well, and I did some event coordination for a while, and it was I learned a lot because everyone else has flexible due dates. When you're doing event coordination, there's no flexibility. But then the amount of things that I was always like, dang it, this didn't work out. Nobody knows. By the time you set up the booth, Scott doesn't know that I didn't set up the things because he thinks, and I agree, he says, Genius Sarah always comes up with new ideas and concepts. Sounds like fun and inspiring for business. Scott, will our erotic journey be joining the XBIZ festivities? Please let us know. In case you didn't know, Paradise is going to be there, guys. It's a big show. You're gonna enjoy things. Okay, so pretend I'm my love Bailey at Dick and Jane's, right? Did just have a little small nugget. Love her, but also she cares. She gives a shit about this business, right? If I'm Bailey, right, and I only have an hour a day for this virtual content, but I wanna get in and I want to get some good stuff. What do I need to prioritize?
I guess it really depends on the individual's needs, right? If they feel like they want to come in just for the educational part of the show, then they can pick and choose the topics that are best for them. As far as meetings go, unless someone has signed on for these meetings, they wouldn't be a part of it unless they're part of, a retailer or distributor that has signed on. So again, like if a retailer is part of the virtual program or even on site, and they want all of their team to be in on that meeting, that's easy. It's literally just a link that I will provide, and everybody can kind of come in and watch it on their laptop if they choose to do that route. So it is something for everyone if they want to expand it throughout all of their staff and stuff like that. So,
dogs, they barking. It's what they do. Okay, that's helpful. I'm assuming you're going to have everything sort of updated and posted so I can kind of plan these things out, or you're going to send a big message, right? Like if I am somebody listening right now, how do I get involved? How do I reach out? How do I find these events that maybe I want to be part of?
Yeah, I will need to
use the fancy camera. Sorry, Matthew says.
I will need to create some type of message that I will send out to everybody so that they're clear about if they're not at the show, how to connect. If they are at the show, how to connect. So I will definitely do that. And I will also do a Zoom meeting before the show as well. I always bring together any of the participants to go over the format so that they're clear on how it works and the expectations and all that.
Okay, so there's the nugget of knowledge that everybody needs to know. Give yourself some time to prepare.
Yes.
Right? It's you will get the information. It's trickling down, but everybody's got holidays and stuff.
Yeah.
You will get the information.
If you read, you will get all the information you need.
And even if you don't read, at least just at least so far this has worked for me. Just claim I'm pathetic, Sarah. Can you please hold my hand and send it to me again? Boy, thank you.
Resend.
Resend. Okay, so we'll just do a couple more questions for both of you, and then I'll do my fun rapid fire, and then anybody else can, chime in and ask their stories, and then I gotta let you go because I'm trying not to make this an hour and a half stream because I'd like to keep my friends at the end of this. Okay. Be like, I had a fun time, but definitely overstayed our welcome. Okay. Trade shows, as we've talked about. If you're just joining, welcome. If you read, yes, Alexandra, if you read, you'll be fine. You'll go back, you'll scroll up, you'll see all the things. But if you don't read and you're just tuning in, we've been talking about trade shows and the value that not just events like this, but having a community and a trade mag to go with and filtering all the information, how important it is. Welcome. Trade shows are shifting, as we've talked about. XBIZ is now doing a hybrid model. So you don't have to travel. You can use the interwebs as you see fit if you're comfortable with that. And it allows for not just multiple people and more information, but it can lead for multiple industries too, right? Which is not always, this is not a bad thing. Everybody keeps talking about new customers. I think, one way to do that is support one another. And this is an example of that. How do you both see the future of adult retail events evolving over the next 5 years? Like, it's already evolved. We've got hybrid situations. We're down to one AMI. There's no ILS anymore. Altitude now has a plethora of different exhibitors and whatnot, et cetera, et cetera. Pray tell? What's the next 5 years going to look like? I'm like, give me your crystal ball. What's it going to use like? All right. Usually call Sara 1 to 3 or 20 times. Yeah. So maybe I can save you from like maybe 2 extra phone calls for like the 2 people that watch this show. But like, we're all trying. If you're a salesperson, you're trying to do your forecasting too, right? You do feel like you need to look at the crystal ball. What's the future of these sort of retail events in the next 5 years?
I can answer this. I mean, I think that events are becoming more intentional and they're more personalized for everyone in the space.
Intentional.
Like teams are smaller, responsibilities are bigger. Like you said, like, we work harder, right? It's like everything that we have in our space, even though we have all of this stuff in our hands, we seem to work more. So even though we work smarter, we're still working harder, right? So I don't know. I think you need to evolve, right? People have a choice. So if you don't have something for everyone, Altitude is a perfect example. They've grown so big because they have welcomed in the pleasure product side of the business, and it has grown a lot, and that's kudos to them because I think it's amazing, So I think you really have to evolve, and you cannot survive today unless you do, because if we don't evolve, we don't grow, and we need to be creating formats that support the entire community.
I love that. It goes back to the adapt or die. Mm-hmm. I'm saying it out loud again, not just for the audience, but for me, right? It's the whole, you say it and your brain starts to remember it because I heard it. I'm tricking. This whole show is actually my therapy. Enjoy it, people. So then we'll give this one to you, Ariana. What is the one thing you hope retailers or buyers, I should just say, anybody takes away from this year's expo?
Just to meet with as many of the vendors there as possible, because there's always like so much to explore, and just like a whole array of across different categories, and yeah,
right. Like, don't waste your time.
The stories
go talk to everybody.
Exactly. Yeah, don't just stand around. Yeah. Like if you don't have your set meetings, like get in there in the booths and yeah, get to check out all the new products, because it looks like there will be a lot of new stuff coming out.
And right, if you're feeling nervous because you're new and you're standing around, hello, you have the show to excuse, right? You'll see Sara or you'll see Ariana, and you could just be like, oh, I saw you on a thingy. So now you can talk about it, right? They're very approachable.
Yeah.
They might be hard to find because they're doing 18 million things, but they're very approachable.
Mm-hmm.
Or you'll find me. I am tall and loud. We'll figure something out. I'll pass you off to Blanca or Matthew and she spill it while they spill grapes or whatever it is, right? Like if you're in, right? Be approachable. We're all figuring this out. Like we're all dealing with the change in real time too. Okay. This is my rapid fire situation. And I haven't really planned out how you guys are going to answer. So we're just going to answer and figure it out and go from there. It'll be chaos, but that's okay. All right. Because in my brain, I don't know why this started. I just started at the beginning of this year, right? January. And I was just like, I was going off of, I see like some cadences on other streamers that they do just like, they have the same like 3 questions they ask everybody. I was like, I don't want to do that because depending on who my guest is, that wouldn't make sense. But I love these like quick little snippets where you get to know people outside of like whatever you're here to talk about, right? Like, anyway, enjoy the musings that is Tori. The grapes still haunt you, Blanca. I will never let you live it down because now it's hilarious. Okay, you ready? Favorite trend coming to 2026.
Okay,
And it doesn't have to be a work trend.
How does it work? How does this work?
However you want to answer. Go first. Do you have one?
Whoever goes first?
Maybe. Go first or don't. If you're not participating, I'm still going to pick on you. So I don't know. We're just going to go with the flow.
Well, I give mine. I'm sticking with AI companions. Go.
Oh, okay. Well, I was like, it didn't have to be a work trend.
Oh, okay.
Like, I'm still really excited to see where there's opportunities. Like I don't know if you saw, I had Dee Bertino from Fantasy Gifts. I love her. But also she's open to like romantasy bookstores. So I'm always interested to see where, and you see a lot of that. Maybe it's not as obvious, but like the Creature Cox is like book talk ice barbarians from planet Mars and stuff like that. So I'm always curious to see where that trend goes. Again, not necessarily a work thing, but I was like, oh my God, are we going to see more of that blend? Right. I think that's fun. Okay. I'll give this one to Sarah too, because what is it? I think you're planning these and correct me if I'm wrong, but typically there's educational sessions and seminars and you'll be doing some streamings and all the fun things. What's one session you're planning that you think is really dope and we're all going to have to see?
Well, I did a post on the P3 group. I think it was yesterday. Honestly, I don't remember. But I think AI is a big topic, or age verification. I think those two will probably be 2 of the biggest sessions. We haven't actually chosen the topics yet, so stay tuned. But I'm sure there's something for everyone.
And if you guys have topics you'd like to suggest, you can do the DMing on these socials or put a comment here. Even if you're not here live, we'll find it. Don't worry about it. Well, your feedback will get places. That's why it's here. If XBIZ, right? I guess the XBIZ event doesn't have to be all of XBIZ. That we're a condom. What type of condom is it?
Oh my God. Ultra thin. You feel everything, stay connected, and you miss nothing.
There you go. Ultra lubed as well.
Yes, ultra lubed.
I love it. I love it. What's the XBIZ official trade show survival snack? Right? You guys have worked together for a long time. What is it that like, there's things that I'll just extra buy because I know my girlfriends are going to take it from me during trade show time or whatever, right? Like tampons, liquid IV. What's your guys' go-to?
Prosecco. Prosecco, right? Ariana?
Yeah, that's the go-to.
Hey, I'm in. So now I need to. So now I know. See, this is diabolical. I know where the prosecco is on a rough day. I'm like, where's your room? Let me.
No, I'm kidding. It's coffee. Coffee is my go-to.
Coffee's a good one too.
Yeah.
Or my new addiction, the espresso martini. That's just a good time for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
I know. I wish I could make some. I need to figure out how to do that.
Have you ever had one with Kahlua or Bailey's?
I think I've done it with Kahlua before, but not Bailey's.
Yeah, delicious.
So delicious. I know. I need to get things. That's what I'm doing for Thanksgiving, making an espresso martini.
Let's go make cocktails.
Let's do it. One thing, either anybody in the industry, not necessarily retailers, but one thing anybody in the industry should stop doing immediately, not serving anybody.
Keeping their news to themselves. Like,
That's a
I
good
don't know.
one.
I feel like no one like on xbiz.com, we have this very useful PR form where it's so easy. Like people think you need to be like a publicist, like expert, like just tell us your news, give us a little quote, a little photo, and then
Yeah,
boom,
all
you'll
are
get
welcome.
one. Yeah.
You're not an imposter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you don't know how many times I get, how much do you charge for a press release? Are you serious? We're a media company. That's what we do.
Yeah, like if I don't have any
Really?
releases, I don't have anything to sell later, right? Like I don't have anything to talk about.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Like we're all an ecosystem. We all need each other. And so when we start acting a fool, then yeah, things go cuckoo. But I digress. That's another episode. Okay. What is a topic you want the industry to talk more about? Maybe this is the last one, and then I'll free you. It'll be fine. Participation. That's so funny.
I think that sharing, sharing what works for each of us, like I feel like that's how we grow. We're family, we're a community. When we support each other, everybody wins. And I think that's huge. Like we see in these groups that people are, some people are like, fighting each other. And that's not the way that I think that our industry should be,
Don't you feel like oftentimes everybody's saying the same thing, but they're saying it differently? It's like, I get that everybody wants to be heard, but no, I 100% agree. I'll say it. I'll back it up for you, Sarah, so you don't have to say it. There's some trust issues that I think this industry has inherited, if not survived. So that being said, it can be hard for people that do want to make a change, but also just realize it's there. But yeah, I think you're correct. Leaning into one another and supporting and collaborating and being part of your community is important. If not, as she says here, key.
Don't share your secrets, but it's conversation is always good.
Well, right. Like when push comes to shove, when people start pushing at the industry, if we don't be a united front, then now we have no industry. Right? We have no shoulders to stand on when we start to disintegrate within ourselves. But that's a different episode and a different bottle of wine. Anything else to add?
Nope. We'll see you at the expo in January.
I know. So I'll be there. Okay. Thank you so much, you guys, for coming. It's been super fun. And I hope there's a little bit of clarity for anybody out there that wasn't quite understanding, because it's like there's the XBIZ, and then there was the X3, and then there's the XMA, and then there's XBIZ Executive, and then now it's a hybrid. I understand it can be a whole thing. So I hope this shattered some anxiety sprinkles. We don't need to have as much sprinkles, right? We got some information. We're doing good. Last thing. This is a wrap up. Like before we go, tell everybody where they can register, right? Do the shameless plugging, how to follow up for updates and where everybody needs to go to check out all the XBIZ stuff. XBIZexpo.com. Everything is there. Register. We'll have the schedule hopefully up soon as far as like the seminars go. Everybody is welcome to the honors awards. I know I keep saying that in emails and things like that in my newsletters, but our award show is open to every single person in the pleasure product retail business. So if you're around and you want to come join us to celebrate. Obviously Eric and Brent are co-hosting the it's gonna be so fun.
honor awards, and it is going to be a blast.
I can't wait.
So
and look, Blanca says she'll see us all there, right? Because I guess she's got to stream it. Her and Jade, they got to do the things.
Yes.
Excuse me, we expect it now. Okay, so get what is it? Be there or be square, right? Get your shit together, people. Get your butt to XBIZ. Send your emails, and we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna knock 2026 out of the park because adapt or die. It's coming. We got this. And just all of this is better in conversations. So let's keep having a conversation. If you want to get involved or you want to contact any of these people, I made banners. Hold, please. You can check the replay here at the YouTube towards it Tuesdays with Tori Tia. or you can reach out. Here's the Instagram and all the fun things. But we'll see you next Tuesday, right? If you missed any part of this, it's going to just automatically repost on the YouTube, but you have to hit the live tab. I have to figure out all that stuff. So I like make the SEOs. We're not there yet. But most importantly, we are here. If you have questions, we'll figure out how to meet and we'll take care of it. But thank you for hanging out, everybody. Thank you for being here. And we'll see you next Tuesday.
Bye. Thanks, Tori.